There are many things that keep people poor out there. And this is talking especially about entrepreneurs, but it also applies to people who are looking for career paths in jobs that they dream of, or they just want to change careers and start working in something that they think that they will like more than what they are already doing in their career. So this video, I'm going to talk about 3 ways to get wealthy and to get rich in 2023 and beyond. And these topics that I will be discussing in this video, they'll be tackling some of the things that keep people away from being wealthy and keep people away from being happy or content in their life in terms of career, business, and so forth. And it actually doesn't matter where your socio-economic background is or your religious background. And these 3 things are very important for people to apply, and it's simple for everyone to apply, although I'm not saying that it's easy. So I'm going to talk about 3 ways to get wealthy and rich in 2023. Before I do that, it's Tepo Mavimbela. I speak entrepreneurship and entrepreneurs mindset on this channel. Number 1 is to conquer fear. I've spoken about fear in previous videos, and many people have also spoken about conquering fear. But the reason I am going to beat on this point is because it's the most important out of the 3 topics that I am going to discuss in this video. When it comes to fear, it is one of those self-fulfilling factors in people's lives. So if you believe that you want to start a career, but then you have so many examples that you could use as excuses of people who tried to do the same thing that you want to do and they failed, you are unable to see there are many other people who tried to do the same thing and they are succeeding and they have succeeded in their lives. So when it comes to getting wealthy, whether you want to change a career, and I'm talking about a person who's into a 9 to 5 or a person who's already started a business, when it comes to changing things up, or when it comes to starting things and just going at them, in especially if they're difficult, is for you to conquer the fear. Because the only way for you to conquer the fear really is to start doing it. And as you start doing it, of course, you'll find challenges and things will be difficult at times. Sometimes they may be easier. It depends on your connections, your funding. It also depends on your knowledge and experience, but all of these things you can get over time. So if you want to start a business and you are worried that you don't have funding to start that business, do not even worry about it, man. Just go for it, and eventually it'll prosper. And I'm one of those people who are talking from experience, because I started my business with 0 funding. And with some of the videos that I have made on my channel, I've spoken about business ideas that many people can use to get wealthy. Many people can start with little to no funding. And some of these businesses that I've spoken about in the previous videos are things that I wanted to do myself. I remember I was talking about the beauty industry quite a lot with my girlfriend when we first met, and I would tell her how there's so much demand for beauty products, beauty services, but there are not enough people who are providing services to the level of, or to the level that many people would like. And when I was thinking about this or telling her about this, it's something that I actually wanted to start, and this is more than a year ago now, and I'm only starting to actually jump into that industry right now, because I had a little bit of doubt, but I wouldn't say it's fear on my side, because I've already started so many things in my life, and it has allowed me to have no fear. And the way that you do not have fear when it comes to starting something is that you just start and learn as you go into it. Now, the second thing that you have to know how to do is to let go of past failures. This is very important, because many people will use their past failures or people's past failures as excuses for them to not start something or to not pivot their careers, to not pivot their businesses, because they feel as though if somebody else has failed, and that person may be someone who's smarter than them, it may be someone who has more connections than them, or they just have more money than them, and they believe that if this so-and-so person couldn't make it in this thing that I want to make it in, then how is it possible for me to do that if they couldn't make it? Because this might be someone that they look up to, and they believe that everything that they touch turns into gold, and they are destined to be successful. And although this may be true about the person that they look up to, it doesn't necessarily mean that if they fail in a certain thing, that means that you are also going to fail in it. So now, when you look at your own past failure or people's past failure, the thing that you should look at in that failure is that it's actually not failure unless you stop. And when it comes to failure, you can turn it into lessons. And I know that we say that you have not failed unless you stop. And many people will say to you, well, I started this certain business and then it failed, so I stopped and I started another business. So did I fail in that other business? The truth of the matter, and this is how I look at it, is that you didn't fail in that previous business that you started as you pivot into another business. I believe that the lessons that you can take from the business that failed, you can actually apply them into any other business, especially when it comes to operational concepts, management of the business, and marketing. These things are actually applicable to many sorts of businesses with a little bit of tweaking here and there. But many of the lessons that you would take from your past failed businesses, you can also apply into your new business. And if you are a career person, what made you fail in your past career, you can learn from that, and you learn that if I do the same things in my next career, I will fail. So now that's where the lesson comes in. Then the failure is really about you just completely stopping. So if you started a business or you got into a career that you were not really a fan of, and once you pivoted into the other thing, you see, you didn't fail. You actually used the past as lessons to the future so that you can be more successful. Whatever success actually looks like for you. And on that point, success for you should be success for you. Don't look at other people's success and want to emulate that exactly as is, because you might not be happy or content with the level of happiness or that level of success that you see or look up to. Success should be something that is intrinsic and something that is to you. The third thing is self-reliance. You have to be self-reliant. And by self-reliant, I mean that you have to be able to do things on your own, especially if you do not have people that can support you. I, for a long time, did not have that much support, especially financially, so I had to do things myself. And I did have friends, I still do have friends who will be like, man, you inspire me, you keep pushing. And when you keep pushing, it also inspires me to do my own thing. That may not to somebody sound like that much of support, but to me it did feel like so. And as I started, or as I continued working in my businesses and my hustle, I would have my mom eventually being on some, okay, I see what you are doing actually, therefore I will support you how I can support you. And in most cases, it would be her telling me not to give up and such stuff. And with my girlfriend that I spoke about earlier in the video, she's supportive, she's there, you know what I mean? She's one of those people. I believe that I'm lucky that she is not going to be super impatient with me, because she's seen what I'm capable of, and whatever I'm doing, she believes in it, and she is supportive of that. And if I say I'm doing so and so, she'll keep on asking me, what happened to so and so? What happened to so and so business idea? Are you pushing it or are you not pushing it? To me, that is support. Sometimes other people may look at that as pressure, but I don't look at it that way, because I really don't feel pressure anymore because of the experience that I have gotten as a hustler. And as I said, I am starting my own beauty salon, and in the beauty salon there will be tattoos, permanent makeup, lashes, and waxing. And the reason I chose those specific services is because these are things that are closely related to what I already know how to do. And the fear is not there. I'm going to use my past failures to grow this, and I'm self-reliant at the moment until I can get employees. And you can also do the same thing in your own career. Tshepo Mavimbela here, much love. And if you watched until this point, click the like button and subscribe to the channel. I will see you in the next video.